If you know about United Nations and NATO, NATO, right? So I'm a big endorser of NATO. Do you know what I'm saying? I think the NATO alliance, the NATO parties, like countries that are together for the organizations of NATO is important, and I'm a supporter of NATO alliances. I think it's great. Let me just talk to you about something, right? So, yeah, for me, forced marriages, marriages, man, it's a human rights breach because, and I just didn't finish it off. The reason why it's a human rights breach is because now you're trying to get someone marrying somebody else, and usually, like it's some in many cultures, I think, around the world. I'm from Sri Lanka, so it happens in my culture as well. You're trying to get a young girl who just turned 18, and she's just vibrant. She just a young youth, and she's a teenager. I'm saying, like 18 years old, like female, right? In third world countries, you see this getting married to some man in his late 30s and 40s. Yeah, I think that's a human rights breach because now you got a young female in her teenagers, 18 years old, right? Some countries, like literally it be teenagers like 15, 16 years old, 17 years old, getting married to men like in their 40s. I'm saying, and I think that's fuck, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a breach of human rights. It's a breach of just someone's right to life, back to right to life, right? So for me, man, like arranged marriage and forced marriages, a is a no go. Do you know what I'm saying? I would have, if I had children. I'm not married. I don't got children. If I had children, I would not let my children be forcibly married into some marriage because of a contract. Because when you're marrying someone, right, my culture, if you do know, with forced marriages and arranged marriages, it's like a contract, but it's a contract that one party, the male or female, in most cases, females, right, have no control over. So I'm saying you got these controlling parents or these dogmatic parents with dogmatic belief, right, trying to force their daughters, a lot of cases the daughters, right, into a marriage. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's a breach of human rights because now that person or the daughter or son is now in a contract, a marriage contract, for the next 40 years with someone that they don't love. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just because to keep up with culture and customs and religion, which is absolute bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's important that people marry who they want to marry. I think love is great, and I think people have to go out there and find the right one. Do you know what I'm saying? I talk about this because there was situations in my teenagers where I kind of helped this two females. They were from Asia, like countries in Asia, right? Not Sri Lanka. I'm Sri Lankan Tamil, right? But I helped them get away, and I was actually seeing a female, at the time, who was forced into a marriage. I come to find out, and I remember, like, doing my best trying to get her not to marry. So what I'm trying to get at is, man, like, I don't know where this video started, but I just wanted to finish off from what I said about the other day. I think arranged marriages, forced marriages is great, so I'm saying, to some extent, so I'm saying, but I think, in Western cultures or in the modern day, is a no-go, man, because, like, when parents or family members trying to get one, person to, like a 50-year-old man to marry like an 18-year-old female, right? There's a big age gap. So I'm saying, I mean, 18 years old, right? There's 28, 38, 48. There's about 32, years older, senior than the 18-year-old female. And I feel like, hey, man, like, you just literally like getting this, because many cultures arranged forced marriage happens to females, right? I'm brown about woman empowerment. Yeah, man, I'm all down for woman empowerment. So I'm saying, like, girls in bikinis, yeah, sure, why not? Do you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to get at is dogmatic belief and dogmatic religion, and I think it stems from this whole backwardness. I'm saying, for me, I wouldn't agree with forced marriage, man. I think it's waste of time. You're gonna get someone be on a contract and waste their life away. I mean, especially when you're about early, someone's in their like late teenagers, right? It's a waste of someone's life because now that person has, especially someone who's 48, 50 years old, right? And this person is 18. It's about 30 years old, 30 years gap. I'm saying now that person rob this person's life because this person's young, this person's in the 50, right? 50 years old. And so like really like granddads marrying these young people, and it's forced, like, you know, usually like here's like, you know, 50 camels and 50 cattle, cows, and, you know, here's like, you know, 10 pints of milk. Yeah, let's make this marriage happen. And I think it's built on some dogmatic belief. Do you know what I'm saying? I think what's important is just to exercise basic human rights, but then these marriages happen how it happens. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta tell you, man, hey, I'm educated. I know the rules and legislation. I mean the law when it comes to breach of peace, because when you're trying to force someone to marry someone, and it's usually like in third world countries, or even happens in religion, like, you know, any religion. I'm talking about any religion, right? It's a question mark. You know what I'm saying? Because that's breaching someone's peace and breaching someone's right to life. Because nobody should be forced into a marriage. I'm saying, I mean, the same way, like, you know, if you look at rape, and if you look at, you know, if you just look at the case study for rape, you know what I'm saying, like most people that get raped, like, you know, incidences of rape, you know what I'm saying, females don't go to police and report it, you know what I'm saying, so because they're embarrassed. So hey, it's what it is, man. I'm gonna go. What I'm gonna tell you is, yeah. So what's Mark Brown's take on forced marriages or arranged marriages? I think it's dogmatic. I think it's built upon some belief that, you know, when people choose people, and I'm like, nobody has a right to choose who's gonna marry who, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that person's gonna invest. It's an investment, and that person signed a contract to spend time with someone that they don't want to spend time with. So hey, man, look, listen. Some might feel like, you know, some people might watch this concept, like, oh, you're from Sri Lanka, bro. Like, you can't be saying that. I'm like, I can be saying that because I think it's wrong to some extent, to say, trying to force someone into a marriage. To say, I mean, how would you actually feel if you have a sister, right? You have a sister and she's been forced into a marriage with a 50-year-old man, and she just turned 18. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wrong on so many levels. So I don't fuck with the whole forced marriage bullshit, the arranged marriage bullshit. I think it's built upon some sets of belief or paradigm that's from centuries, but this shit still goes on till this day in countries, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Even in the UK, and that's why you hear honor killings, and honor killing is like when someone brings shame to the family because they said they're not going to marry this person. And these are things that Brown, you know, want to address on my channel, you know what I'm saying? But with me, forced marriages, arranged marriages, man, but no, you know what I'm saying? I think it's about finding the one and finding the right one, you know what I'm saying, that's compatible with you, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, it's not a love story, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to share with my drama culture.